A lot of you aren't married, and you'd like to be. No, and there's a lot of, look, there are families that are very conservative, there are families that are not as conservative, you come from religious backgrounds, some of you don't come from religious backgrounds, but the fact that you're here in an audience like this one means that you care about Islam. And you even if you want to get married, you'd like to do the right thing, right? And maybe you're interested in somebody, maybe you're already talking to them, maybe they're here with you, I don't know. But you're not married yet. So I wanted to actually, first of all, accept a reality. The reality of it is we're not living in righteous times, right? The Muslims, unfortunately, are dating. They are going out to dinner. They are chatting it up late at night, whatever it is they're doing. And it's happening. It's become a reality. And we have to deal with that reality. Our religion does not accept something that's wrong. And so I can't endorse something that's wrong. No, we don't have the right to, because this deen is bigger than us, right? We are in submission to Allah's principles. But at the same time, there are this deen is also practical. Like it doesn't give people idealistic solutions, it gives them realistic solutions. This deen, at every step I study this deen, and any principle in this deen, I come away with this deen is so practical. It takes into consideration the realistic temptations of people, their tendencies, their temperaments, their situations, their difficulties. Allah did not send Islam to angels. He sent it to you and me. He knows who He created, and He knows who needs guidance, right? So if there are audience members that are in this circumstance, some of you are parents, your sons and daughters are dating and you don't know what to do about it, and how to go about, and you're in this strange bind and it's embarrassing to talk about, because who do you tell? That sort of thing. Or your daughter's insisting that she wants to marry this guy, or your son's insisting he wants to marry this girl, or something like that, and she's not even Muslim. That happens too. Or she's ready to accept Islam, but the mother says, accept Islam.
Nobody talks.
They don't. No, mothers don't talk like that. Mothers hold a knife behind their back and say, no, bring her over. Bring her over. I'll give her the shahada. She'll be a shaheed.
Hold on, can you act that motion out?
Yeah,
one time for camera.
Yeah. It was not on the mountains. Anyways. But anyway, what I wanted to ask you guys, because you guys are I'm allergic to fiqh, so that's why these two guys are here. So, what do you do in situations like this? Guy wants to marry this girl, they've already been talking or whatever, going out to dinner, and now they want to do the right thing, right? Or they want to get the family involved, they want to take good steps. Well, what do they do? Help them out. Help that one out over there. Look, he's shaking his head. I'm kidding. I don't see you. Now I do. He just got up and left. Okay.
Well, obviously you gotta just talk to people, right? So you're gonna have to, at some point, there's this bizarre delusion that a lot of times young people live in, that somehow I can just proceed in this manner forward without ever dealing with the situation at hand. You are going to have to find a way to end up bringing your parents, your family into the situation. You're going to have to sit down and talk to them. And one of the things I tell a lot of young people is, and I'm going to get to the parents in a second, but I'm just speaking generally outside of any type of abnormality. Normal parents, like I said earlier in the lecture, they love their children more than they, love life itself. So it's not so much about what you're saying, it's how you say it. So storming into your house and kind of saying hey, listen, this is what's happening, this is who it is, and this is what's going to happen. There's a way that conversation is going to go, and it's not going to go very well. And then there's another tone of a conversation where you sit down and you kind of say that, look, I want to be happy.
What?
And I want to find the right person for me.
How long have you wanted to be happy?
And I want to find the right person, and the last thing I'd want to do is hurt you or offend you in any way, but I really feel like this is the right person for me. I want you to help me out here, right? there's a chance that conversation might go a little bit better. But that brings me to the other side of what he just demonstrated, that there's another reality.
That your mom might be like Nauman.
Yeah, exactly. That parents are not perfect. And that's probably one of the biggest taboos, most taboo things you can say in the Muslim community, whether it be America or Singapore, right? Parents are not perfect. Nobody wants to hear that. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So it's just a reality. And so that's where what I'll tell young people is, if you are trying to make things right, as you said, maybe you did things wrong, but now you're trying to make them right. Or maybe, mashallah, you're one of those young people who are trying to do things the right way from the very get-go, and your parents are they're not perfect and they're not being reasonable, then try to find some type of ally, right? But be careful not to kind of go with your own, but try to find some type of ally. And I have plenty of personal situations, meaning very close family and friends, community members, students, and things like that, whose parents were not being reasonable. I can say with 100% confidence, these young people, they were trying to do things the right way from the very get-go. They were being right, they were becoming correct, and the parents were not being reasonable. They, instead of just completely flying solo, they ended up trying to get some type of allies on their side. Maybe it was an uncle, maybe it was a grandparent, maybe it was the imam of the community, maybe it was somebody, right? Yeah, they did.
You're trying to get around the subject like they didn't use you. They used you.
I have the most amazing stories. I had a mom throwing plates at me. I was like dodging plates. It was amazing. Because the mom